It's been awesome. Obviously going through season, people are going to get banged up, and I was one of the unlucky ones this year. So I'm going through some recovery and stuff, but it's been really cool to be out there with the guys and be able to help lead in a certain way that, it sucks that I'm not able to be full go in team drills and stuff, but be on the side, get my work in, and especially getting the cardio in, because that's something that people don't really think about when you get hurt. You don't really run that much at first. So getting to be able to move around and feel pretty good about myself going forward, and getting strong and getting better for next year.
You're the first big guy who's ever said cardio and smiled at the same time.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it takes a lot, man. I don't know. Cardio's always been kind of my thing, not in terms of long distance, but with football, I'm a workout junkie. So it's been really cool to be able to get almost no restrictions. I'm getting really close. Probably another 2 weeks here and I'll be fully cleared. So
was it specifically anything, and are you worried 100% by fall?
Yeah, I'll be 100% by fall. It's just a bicep. Just gotta get that cleaned up. So.
And that was just, you said, from the wear and tear of the season.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. I just happened New Mexico week and then just played through it, and then noticed at the end of the year I was like, gotta get it cleaned up. So.
You got some key guys on defense out this spring or limited. What's it been like, I guess, to for the other guys to get some chances, but also it's kind of hard to know exactly what you have, I guess.
Yeah, that's definitely something that comes into it. But I think that the most important thing with the spring is building dependable depth. We know that we have a lot of guys that are banged up right now that are going to be key contributors in the fall. But it's really important to keep building up the young guys and building up new transfers that are coming in, and make sure that they're ready for the role that they'll be able to earn going forward throughout the rest of the spring and through summer and fall camp. And the more guys that we can have ready to go for a game is the better. So, obviously during the season, guys get banged up, guys will go down. So we need as many guys ready to go as possible. And it's been really cool to see how much each practice the team and the defense as a whole has grown, and see guys step up in new roles and play at a high level that we haven't seen before. So it's been cool for me, and it's been cool for the other guys that are key contributors that have been banged up, just to watch and get a chance to lead and help them grow.
I know you said it was an easy decision, but you still had a decision to make about coming back this year, and you kind of moved on. Now that you're back, I know you're a little limited this spring, but just in general, what are your goals? What do you want to get out of your last season here? What's kind of your motivation here for you for your last season?
Honestly, the biggest goal for me is we want to win a Mountain West championship, and we want to play in the college football playoff. I think that this is the most talented team that I've been around since I've been here. This offseason's been different. I'm sure you guys have heard it from the guys you've talked to so far, but it's just a different urgency in the building right now. There's a lot of guys on a mission that are just working harder than we thought was possible, and different guys in different situations. Like for the guys in the rehab room, this offseason's been awesome. Guys are crushing it. Guys are ahead of schedule on their rehabs. I'm about a month ahead of my rehab, I think. So guys are just flying around. Guys are really excited, and we know the potential that we have as a team. And this year, we just want to take advantage and dominate from the first snap.
What are your expectations for yourself, Michael? Can you take this to an all-conference type of level, you hope?
Obviously that's the goal for me. Personal goals, I would love to be an all-conference player, but at the end of the day, I've never really been a selfish kind of player. I've been more so about the team, and I couldn't care less about my personal stats or my personal accolades. I care about our team winning and winning championships and doing whatever I have to do to provide opportunities for other people on the team to make the plays that they need to play, especially our linebackers. If our linebackers are getting 80 tackles, 85 tackles, then I'm doing a good job. So in terms of personal goals, I wouldn't want to say that I'm a little pushing that aside, but I'm definitely more focused on the overall success of the team over myself.
Is there a young defensive lineman that stood out to you this spring?
It's been really cool to watch the young guys. We have a nice group of 4 young D tackles, and Michael Madre, Spencer Geek. We had Lopez come in from Ireland. That's been a transition. There's a lot of growing pains there, and Trevor McKenna came in as an early enrollee too. It's been really cool to see them work through the growing pains, because we're in 13 practices deep now, and they look a lot different in practice 13 than they did in practice 1. And we really challenged them about a week and a half ago. We said, we need to see you guys pick it up, and they have. It's been really cool to watch them over the past week and see them take the coaching and take what we're helping them grow in and apply it in a team situation. So it's really cool to watch our young guys. And then as a front as a whole, I do want to say that Tavion looks great. Tavion's going to be a contributor for our team this year. We're excited about him. And a young guy that came in early is Roman Kaywood. Roman Kaywood's going to be good. I couldn't tell you how good, but I know he's going to be a good player at some point down the line.
Really interesting. What makes you say that?
He just has it. He just has a natural fast twitch and explosion, and he's making plays right now that you don't really see from a kid that's supposed to be a prom. So it's going to be pretty cool.
A couple of other guys have mentioned Madry this year as well. They said he's looking really explosive out there. What have you seen out of him in terms of that explosiveness?
Honestly, I've just been really impressed with him and his willingness to come to work every single day. We really challenged him this offseason to take a big step and take the next step and hopefully becoming a contributor for us on the D-line this year. And he's really taken big steps this spring ball, in my opinion. I think he's going to end up being a great player. I hope that he's ready to go for this year. We all are pushing him, and we'd love to get him in the mix. And it's been really cool to see him take what we're preaching to him on a daily basis and see him grow.
Where do you want to see the D-line get better?
I think that the biggest aspect for the D-line to get better is we need to be more productive. Like I said, a big part of our role is making plays for other players. But at the same time, when the plays are there, we need to make them. So we've been working a lot on finishing. We've been working a lot on making sure that we're wrapping up on our tackles, and we're putting ourselves in great positions to make the plays. We just have to actually make them when we get there now. So I think as the overall D-line, I think that we can still be just as impactful in terms of dominating the line of scrimmage. We just need to be better at escaping blocks and making plays down the field.
Did your injury require surgery?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
So like when doctors saw, what it was, were they kind of, how did you play through this, or what was their reaction?
I was kind of like that too. I had no idea. I thought it was a labrum, and then I was like, "Oh shoot, it was definitely my bicep." So I shocked myself, but it was cool. It wasn't that bad.
How much pain were you in at the end of last year?
It was manageable. I mean, I've played through a lot at this point in my career, so I was not taken too far back by what I was feeling on my shoulder. But after season, I knew I had to get something done.
Yeah.
So,
How long after the season was the surgery?
about like 3 weeks after.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
And just kind of what's the rehab been like since?
It's been cool. It's been a lot of just strengthening mobility and making sure that my shoulder's going to be stable, because they went in through the shoulder, so I need to make sure that I have the stability in my joint, and just making sure the bicep's strong and ready to go. And like I said, I'm ahead of schedule, so I'll be cleared. Just missed the spring game. We have a great training staff here, and they've been really good at pushing me, but at the same time understanding that I'm a pretty intense dude, so they've held me back at times, which has probably been for the best. So, but I'm really excited. I'm really antsy to get back.
And it was a torn bicep, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you won't be out there for the game, but just what's the spring game like? And it's going to be great weather on a Saturday, and just to finish up the spring, and just your thoughts, I guess, on just what that day is like.
Yeah, I think it's just a really cool experience, especially for guys that haven't played in a game here yet, to get an experience in front of a bunch of fans, and again, in front of Bronco Nation, and getting a chance to interact with the fans and make plays in front of them and hear the crowd get loud, and really give them a good taste of what's coming in the fall. And it's also a good feeler for where we're at as a team, how we're able to compete under pressure when there's actual eyes on you and we're not just working in the dark. But what I've seen so far in the first 2 scrimmages, I'm pretty excited about what we'll put on the field in the spring game. It's going to be a really cool experience for Bronco Nation.
We just talked to Cutter, and he's a little frustrated with the offense. What do you see with the offense day to day and how it's performing?
I think that they just need to get more consistent.
That's what he said.
Yeah, I think that we just need to see more consistency. I think that obviously we're going to have a dynamic run game. We have the best running back in the country, and that our O-line is nasty once we get everybody else full speed and full strength, because there are guys banged up in the O-line too. I think that the O-line is going to be able to pick it up, and I think that the rest of the offense will help. We'll be able to develop behind that. But I think that there's a ton of potential in the offense, and I think that as they get more consistent, especially working through PRPs and working through the summer and getting a chance to really gel more and establish their identity, I think that they're going to be unbelievable.
Feels like Ashton Jensen kind of knows, obviously everybody knows everybody, but is friends with everybody. He's always bouncing around offensive guys, defensive guys.
Yeah.
What's he like in the Blaymire that we don't see at practice?
Dude, we're just so lucky to have Ashton Jensen in the building. I mean, you just can't describe it, dude. Like, a dude that good, you would expect to maybe have some form of an ego or something, but he just has nothing to it. He's a lot like George Halani in that aspect. He just has zero ego. He's team first. Yeah, he's the best player on our team, and everybody in the country knows it. But he doesn't act that way. He comes in and works like he's a freshman every single day. And the way that he pushes people around him and the way that he stepped into a leadership role, especially so far in the winter, has been awesome to watch. We're just so lucky to have that dude in the building. It's going to be a great year for him. Super excited for him in the future. Just glad I get to play with him one more year.
It sounds like you guys have put in turnovers, the emphasis a little higher on defense. What have you noticed there? And I know it's an obvious question, but how important will it be this fall, I guess, to do a little better in that area than you did last year?
Yeah, it's crucial. We need to get the ball back to our offense. Like I said, once the offense gets more consistent, I don't really know who's going to be able to stop them. There's talent at every single position that we haven't had here before. So we've just definitely been putting a much higher emphasis on it during the spring. We've been doing a lot more ball searches and punching at the ball, and that really stems from the emphasis that we've placed on tackling. I think that was the number one priority. And as we've become a better tackling team, which we have over the past 2 scrimmages, our tackling is much better than last season. I think that turnovers and takeaways are going to come from that, especially with the pursuit to the ball. I think that having guys as close to the ball as possible is going to be great for our defense, and I think that this year is going to be a big turnaround in that department.
I know it's not your position, but Jeremiah Herby coming in. It seems like every practice we're at, he makes some highlight reel play. What's he been like, and how impressive has he been coming in?
Yeah, he's been super impressive. He's a great player. Just has natural ball instincts. He's a great man coverage corner. He's going to be a very, very big asset to our defense this year. And he's also just a great dude. I mean, we have great people all over the program. You know, that's kind of what makes Boise State special. But it's been really cool to see how he's come in and, you know, he worked his way, starting to earn his role, and just the way they started to gel with the team and started to make friends around the team and grow in that aspect. But as a player, he's going to be a big player for us this year. Him and Amarion are going to have a great season this year. I'm excited to see them work.